Hello, it's Moses, my accountant. On this occasion, I'm going to talk about a few areas regarding self-employment. It doesn't matter what you're doing as self-employed, but to comply with HM revenue requirements, you need to register for your business online through their government website or on paper, which can be downloaded from their government website as well. Self-employment is a general term which covers a wider spectrum of activities. You could be working in the construction industry, you could be a minicab driver, you could be a hairdresser, you could be doing painting and decorating, you could be a carpenter, you could be an electrician, you could be a lecturer, freelance, you could be anything under the sun. But the bottom line is that you have to inform the government within 3 months of starting that business you are in. Otherwise, there's a £100 penalty for not doing that within the prescribed time scale. Now, in order to keep records which will be demanded by the government, HM revenue, when they want to verify your income and expenses, it's paramount that you have to keep a very detailed set of accounts. Now, we are not expecting everybody to be an accountant, but all you have to do is maintain good records of your income, receipts for your expenses, and from that information we are able to compile income. We get a total, then we subtract all your expenses connected with your job, and we come up with a profit or loss depending. And then with that detail now, we will then be required to fill in what you call self-assessment forms, either online through the government website or by hard copy, which you have to post to HM Revenue before the 31st of October each year. If you do it online, you have to submit online by the 31st of January the following year, after the end of the tax year. Failure to do that, there's a minimum of £100 penalty, even if you are a few hours over the deadline. £100 automatically. So it's very important to keep track on that. Associated with self-employment as well, you need to keep proper diaries of activities, the sites you work, and days you work, because HM Revenue might require to see these kind of documents. Tied up with self-employment now, HM Revenue has a section which deals with inquiries, just to look into what you have declared to them or what you have not declared to them for each particular year. Now, HM Revenue has a specific period within self-assessment which ties up with their financial year. The government financial year runs from April 6 to April 5 of the following year. Now, that's the financial year. This is different from the calendar year as we know it, from January to December each year. Now, very important, we need to link everything within that time frame, April 6 to April 5. Anything outside that period will not be required within that financial year they are talking about. So HM Revenue has things in place to charge penalties for supplying wrong information to them, for supplying inadequate information to them, for supplying information late to HM Revenue. Now that's where we come in. We come in, look at the situation, help each client to suit the purpose of each inquiry, either to try and defend their cases against HM Revenue and come to a compromise, agree certain terms, and conclude an inquiry. Where we do not agree with HM Revenue, we also ask for an independent opinion by one of their staff totally not connected with the inquiry, so that they will give their own honest opinion. If we fail to get that, we can apply for tribunals to assess the case independently. It now sounds scary for a taxpayer, which it is at times because it's a legal issue. Normally they have two judges sitting there, HM Revenue inspector plus their advisor, who will be arguing a case for HM Revenue, and then we as accountants will be arguing the case for our client. The client might choose to be there just to be present, but may not have to say anything, but that's the services we provide. So there is more to it than the summary I've given you, but for those who are very interested to hear what we are saying and what we can provide, there's more information available one-to-one or through emails or through telephone conversations. My telephone number is 079-600-55298. Thank you very much.